Rundown. Alright, 15 cal assault bike with a 60-second time cap, so try and get it done as fast as possible. Once that's done, 60-second rest, so I will be keeping an eye on the timer. And then it'll be 10 lengths, so 5 lengths each way of pull push on the sled. 8 chest to floor burpee, D-ball clean, box jump over, high box, so more of a climb over. And then 6 modified log, clean jerk. And then a 60-second rest at the end of those 3 exercises, and it'll be a 30-minute AMRAP. So, modified strongman method. Let's get it on.
On back for the next say something. Never tell her back that I never stay running. Sipping on facts, damn, know I got stacks in the lab. Taking bitches straight for another cat. Right shit, one I never had shit. Bitch, move, make your motherfucking head split. Hospitalized, never really don't that shit. Tell me never really don't chase it. Drinks to the plate, no fake. Ass to the way, niggas know I ain't play. Fast to the break when I switch all day. Stance when I press to the damn all day. Sticking up signs where you never mind me. Point to the ground, stick down to the feet. Stay, please stay, bitch, you got no key. Never take a seat, bitch, you never go see.
What's going on, heroes? Randomly, a client came to me the other day and they're having some issues with their Achilles being a little bit tight. So basically being a bit tight through the back of the calcaneus joint here. This could be multiple different reasons. One, the likelihood is that they're actually losing dorsiflexion in their ankle. And by this I mean sort of the ability to be able to pull their toes up into full range of that dorsiflexion motion. So they're losing a little bit there. It could be that they've had a little bit of an injury, not in his case, but you could have potentially been carrying a little bit of an injury there. You could be feeling like shin splints a lot, and that could be something that is also indignant to the surrounding of calcaneus joint and its mobility range. So there are multiple different reasons to why there could be a tightness in the Achilles tendon, especially into that insertion point right at the base of the calcaneus. I'm also going to briefly talk about myofascia. That could be another reason. So if anyone's familiar with myofascia or the myofascia trains, the sort of main posterior chain connects at the top right here in your eye socket and runs all the way over your head, all the way posterior down through your back, through the hamstrings, calves, and it connects into that same point. So myofascia, real quickly, briefly, the best visual I can probably give is imagine this silver skin on a steak. Sorry for all the vegans and vegetarians out there, me talking about steak. But you've got the meat of the steak, and then you've got the fat, and then the bit in between is sort of silver skin. Kind of imagine myofascia like that. If it's unpliable, it can actually constrict the belly of the muscle. So it might not even be Achilles tendon problem with my client. It could potentially be that the myofascia has just become a little bit unpliable. And if we give the correct signals, myofascia to become pliable, it theoretically should then allow more space for the belly of the muscle to move or breathe. Here's a really cool drill that you can implement at home. Get yourself a little raise, prop your toes up on that raise, bring your back foot level so the toes are level with the heel behind. From here, what you want to do is then tuck your tailbone underneath into anterior tilt. Squeeze that glute real hard, which is going to send the pelvis more into extension, and you'll feel a good stretch through either the soleus or the gastrocnemius in the calf, or both. We're going to hold this for 60 seconds. Now there is going to be some worries out there that are, oh, you shouldn't static stretch because the belly of the muscle is going to return.
2 hours later.
After 15 minutes of, yeah, alright, it will. Let's get over that for 1 second. 60 seconds. From here, I'm going to go into a forward fold. You have multiple fascia joints in your spine that are designed to laterally flex and extend and also rotate, right? That is what the job of the spine. It's designed to move through that plane. So with that in mind, we want to be able to move it through all those planes and have it return to its homeostasis point safely. So from this position, we've done our 60 seconds on our calf. You're going to tuck your chin in your chest, and you're just going to allow the fascia joints to completely flex over until you reach down to your step. Okay? And about 60 seconds. Last deep breath. Allow yourself to completely unroll back to that standing position. Now, don't move your foot. This is the important bit. Just raise it back up the step a tiny little bit, and now we're going to get onto the Achilles. So from this position, go really light on the back foot and just have it as stability. Use your banister as stability if you're there. And I just want you to drop your body weight down on that forward leg and drive your knee towards your toe line. And you'll feel that stretch now come up off the top of your calf, and it will travel down to the root of the soleus and into the Achilles. And we're going to sit on that. About 60 seconds later, slowly ease up. Bring that back foot forward, prop your toe up again. Come back into pelvic extension, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze the glute, and bring the calf stretch back on. So you can see we're deepening the angle of the calcaneus. Do that for another 60 seconds, back into your forward fold, back into the Achilles, and you'll have a nice mobile ankle. Definitely a lot of space to move around. So there you go. What's happening, everyone? I'm Luke from Inferno Fitness. Thought I'd take the time to introduce myself. So I haven't really done that yet on the channel. I know we've only done one video and this will be the second. I thought I'd take this time to introduce myself. I am Luke. That's Bruno. He's my guy. I rehomed him in end of May 2022. And we've been on quite some journey since I've been having him. I thought I'd give you a bit of background on me. Nearly 15 years in the industry, in the wonderful fitness industry that we know. Seen it through quite an evolution in the last 15 years. I started life as many other trainers did in corporate gyms, and sort of worked the floor, really honed in my craft. And over that time, I had some wonderful mentors that have sent me off on many different paths. Mentors like Dave Silver, he's head physio at Cobham Rugby Club, where I do play rugby every now and again, a bit more sparingly these days, as I work a lot of Saturday mornings, so I don't get a time to get down there and play. But he set me off on the gait analysis, applied functional movement science route. He's a lecturer at St Mary's University in physiotherapy, so I highly recommend you checking him out. Guys like Luke Lehman, one of my strength and conditioning specialisms. I met him many years ago and loved what he did, loved his work. So please go check them out. Muscle Nerds, Luke and Zoe are doing wonderful things in the world, and they're really making a big difference and an impact, and he continues to be my mentor today. He set me off, and where I predominantly work now, down the biochemistry route, and really breaking down the internal functions and health metrics to people so they understand their bodies better and what they can put in place to really maximize the potential of achieving their goals. There's a lot more to doing what we do than meets the eye. So it's amazing if you can find yourself some good mentors to follow and stick with them. You'll be surprised at what direction they will take you down. Other specialisms. Sports therapy with active release technique is another one. And what was the other? Applied functional movement analysis with gait. Applied functional movement science with gait analysis. So strength and conditioning specialist, applied functional movement science and gait analysis specialist, sports therapy and active release technique specialism, and my main one being performance nutrition and biochemistry. So yeah, they're my four specialisms. But yeah, definitely hope you enjoy the content and what we bring. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be quite light-hearted, and I hope to provide you with as much content as I possibly can and bringing this guy along the way. He's not your average bulldog. He loves hill sprints. Okay, so remember how I told you lot that B is not your average bulldog? Check this out. Go B, go! Ready? Go! There he goes. You're right up there. From me, from B. We hope you guys have an amazing day. Noah's told you today you're an absolute fucking hero. And we will see you in the next one. But for now, fist bump.